Mark and Eva.
Picture yourself on your morning commute to class. You stop at the stop sign. You look both ways. The road's clear, and you step on the gas. What just happened? You ask as you hear voices. Cover him up. He's gone. This is an all too familiar scene. Although this was fiction, it can happen to anyone. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger struck a vehicle that pulled out in front of him. Fortunately, he was not injured, according to an article called "The Terminator Nearly Terminated" in an April 2006 Motorcyclist magazine. As a fellow rider and commuter, I've had several near-miss situations where a driver didn't see me or misjudged my speed. Fortunately, I escaped injury. First, we will examine the cause of motorcycle car collisions. Then we will look at prevention of these types of accidents. And finally, we will look at driver education as a means to an end. Now that you're aware of the hazards of sharing the road with a motorcycle, let's examine the cause of some of the accidents. In the article, States Plan Motorcycle Awareness Programs from a May 2005 Power Sports Business, Colonel James Champagne of the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission indicated that 65% of all motorcycle accidents were the fault of other drivers. Furthermore, in his 1992 book Safety, Alton Thigerson stated, "The automobile driver is the motorcyclist's worst enemy." He further indicated that drivers of larger vehicles, such as cars, seem to think bikes were not even on the road with them. One reason may be that you see the bike on the horizon as a small dot. Your brain would perceive this as a car that's really far away, but the truth is it's a bike, it's close, and it's closing in fast. It's this misconception of speed and distance that can lead to a crash. And also, thanks to Hollywood, another common misconception is that bikes can stop on a dime. This only happens when the rider properly applies the front and the back brake in perfect proportions. Chances are this is not going to happen in an emergency. More than likely, the rider will lock a wheel and slide the bike down to the pavement. Or at best, he will have to release the brakes in order to maintain control. Either way, the bike will not stop faster than a car. Now that we've went over some of the causes for accidents, let's move towards eliminating them. Education is key to solving the problem. In the May 2006 edition of Power Sports Business, called May is Motorcycle Awareness Month, indicated that the public service announcements were placed on television and radio. This will bring much needed attention to the problem. Another way to educate the public is for you to remember what you've learned here today and take it home to your friends and family. In this way, you will be saving lives. Foremost, I wish to educate you on a simple way that you can prevent a motorcycle collision. The good news is it will only take a couple of seconds of your time. All you have to do is look twice before entering the roadway. Looking twice gives your brain more time to process the information and make a more educated decision on your surroundings. Now that the easiest way to remember this is the slogan, "Look twice, save a life." Now that we've addressed these solutions, let's look down the road to what this can accomplish. Now imagine that you're late on your way to class. You approach an intersection. The road is clear. But you remember these words and you look and say, "Time. A bike just came by, but nothing happened." This extra second just saved a life. You're relieved now that the only problem you had today was you're still just a little late for class. Now that I've exposed you to this information, the remaining thought is, how can this be a reality? There are several things that you can do. First, you can pass these ideas on to your friends and family. Also, you may wish to write your representatives and let them know you're concerned about this topic. More importantly, look twice before you leave the parking lot on your way out this evening. Now that you're familiar with this problem, let's recap what we talked about. First, We discussed the cause of motorcycle car collisions. We also looked at some solutions to reduce the occurrence of these accidents. And finally, we explored educating the masses as a means to an end. After hearing this message, it's my hope that you will take part of it with you when you leave here today. And consider these words when you put your key into your ignition. Look twice, save a life. Not just this evening, but forever. Because if someone were to die today, that's also forever.
Questions or comments from our